Envy and jealousy are such waste of emotions because you really don't know what people are going through. Basically, your celebration season could be somebody's mourning season. Like life is just like an interesting, you know, an interesting adventure, right? So I will tell you, how did I deal with jealousy and envy as an high schooler? Honestly, I just compliment people. That's what I do. So this is how it works. I basically, when I see something that I like, or when I used to back then, when I see something that I like, I basically walk up to the person and be like, oh, I like this. This looks really nice. What I do is like it's almost like a defense mechanism, because what that does is that I appreciate the person before I even have the opportunity to start feeling like, oh, maybe I should have that, or why don't I have that? And the other thing it does for me is that when I say, oh, I love this, of course, people love compliments. So most times people's faces will light up. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And just having that expression, it just warms my heart. So like, there's really no reason to be envious or like jealous. So that's something you can try. Compliment people. Like if it sometimes it's hard. An example that's coming to mind is like, okay, somebody's wearing a nice dress and maybe you would like that type of dress. It's relatively easier to be like, oh, I like your dress, pretty, and maybe that would help you deal with jealousy. But what if it's something like maybe a child or a job or an husband or a wife or a promotion or a business venture, an investment, right? It could be something even more complicated, right, than like a fine dress or something that you can literally do without, right? So like in cases where it's like something life changing, something so important that you're like, okay, I want this. How come this person has this? How do you do with jealousy? Honestly, you talk to God. Yeah, you talk to God about your feelings, you talk to God about your emotions. It's important for you to know that you're human, and of course, it's normal for you to feel like that, right? But when you express your emotions to God, then you know that you are not an orphan. You also know that God is the double breasted one. He's all powerful, he has everything you know, in his corner. So basically, no good thing will be withhold from you. So when you understand that, you know that God is able to do for my neighbor, then He's also able to do for me as well. Like you're not a fish, you're not a what's those things that people say, you're not you're not you're not God's last son, you're God's favorite child. We are all God's favorite children. So it's gonna go round. Whatever the case might be, whatever you're expecting from God or whatsoever you see in other people that you're envious about, there's really no need to understand first that it's an emotion and it's okay for you to feel like that, but it is not okay for you to dwell in that emotion. Give that emotion to God. The second thing I would say is that so into that person's life, right? You could appreciate the person. So maybe somebody just got like a promotion at work, and maybe that's something that you're looking forward to. Invest in, getting them a gift and be like, oh, congratulations on your promotion. God is going to do yours. Like, you don't, there's a saying that says that things that you attack, you will not be able to attract. So basically, if you want something, you need to be able to attract it. And you attract it by appreciating it in other people's lives. It's hard. It's easier said than done, honestly. It's easier said than done. But it's just that little step of saying, okay, I appreciate this in you. I celebrate your win. And God is not, he's not an unrighteous judge. He's literally taking notes. Okay, you're celebrating others, they would also celebrate you. The third and the last thing that I would say is that have a community. So have a community of people that hold you accountable. So maybe your friends, your family, your loved ones, um, whatever type of community, support group, whatever type of community that you find, as a safe space for you to be able to hear those emotions. So from time to time, you might feel envious if it's something you're waiting for, but if it's just something like, by the way, you know, either ways, no matter how small it is, no matter how trivial it might look like, you should actually have that community that you're able to vent and able to like express your emotions. And then remember what God has spoken to you about, whatever you're waiting for, and pick up yourself again and keep moving forward. But and jealousy, yeah, just a waste of time, because really it's not going to take you forward. It's also not going to reduce God or prevent God from blessing that person that you're envious of. So what's the point?